In this video, I'll be analyzing the USJ Arc from Hero Academia. I'll be pointing out any piece of writing that interests me or is important. Chapter 12. Bakugo's maturity is reinforced when he peacefully accepts Aizawa's grow-up advice. Shigaraki is shown in the crowd. Ida not getting chosen as president is a classic setup. You know by the end, he'll get chosen. I like how they set up Ingenium and sidekicks right here. This will play a major role 2 arcs later. After Ida saves the day and is chosen as president, the door that was shut to keep the press out is shown to have been dissolved. That's a cool way of setting up Shigaraki's powers. This was easily the weakest chapter so far. All Might's power weakening is a plot point that will continue for many arcs. The rescue exercise is another good piece of setting development. It's a logical thing for heroes to practice. I like how they give Izuku the gym outfit because his costume was not rocking. I like how 1A isn't afraid of Bakugo at all. Ochako's excitement towards 13 will come back in a future arc. The art of Shigaraki pulling up looked epic. So it's revealed that the distraction in the last chapter was caused so that the villains could steal the schedule and attack All Might when he's most vulnerable. That's good setup and payoff. Although this was supposed to be another school arc, it quickly turned into a plot arc. I like that the students are forced to fight real villains. This really was the perfect arc to end season 1. As Eraser kicks butt, the 3 types of quirks are named. I liked how Bakugo and Kirishima fearlessly attacked Kurogiri. It shows their bravery and they become friends later and make a duo in this arc. Ida is given the job of warning the other teachers, keeping him from fighting. I don't know why they don't have phones or walkie-talkies. Izuku devising a plan shows his intelligence again. Minato's very annoying here. He reminds me of Zenitsu, except Zenitsu can fight and isn't ugly. I like Izuku taking inspiration from Bakugo. He'll do that with full Cow too. Delaware Smash is epic. I love how it's based on what he learned when throwing the ball. The moment is just fantastic. Minato being inspired by Izuku's bravery creates a cool team attack victory. Todoroki is shown to be overpowered again with his ice. Kaminari and the girls working together and revealing their powers was cool. The first Nomu shows up and the teachers start losing. Characters have been asking how the villains plan to kill All Might. This creature is the answer. Bakugo and Kirishima sadly fight off screen. Ochako and Sero working together to stop Kurogiri was cool. This arc's getting everyone involved. Eraser saving Tsuyu at the last second was epic. Izuku's attack getting tanked by the Nomu, and All Might showing up at the end was also epic. Clearly this is the best arc so far. All Might never looked so furious. Izuku pointing out that he's not smiling made the scene even more hype. All Might shows he deserves his pro status when he easily saves people and defeats enemies. Bakugo and Todoroki coming in clutch was sick. Bakugo saving Izuku is a subtle improvement. He uses his wits to subdue Kurogiri. Todoroki almost puts a Nomu on a shirt, but the monster has multiple quirks and gets to work. And now, Shigaraki starts showing off why he's one of the worst villains. I actually forgot about this nonsense he says. He says violence in the name of saving others is admirable. Okay. He says that heroes and villains both thrive off of violence. Also true. But then he tries to argue that heroes and villains are the same because they both use violence. He tells All Might, "You're just a tool for violence made to keep us down." That's the stupidest thing I've heard in this manga. Heroes only use violence to counter the violence of villains and save innocent people. Even children are able to comprehend this, so why is a man baby making this ridiculous argument? All Might's inner monologue about his time limit, leading into him turning up against the Nomu, created an epic scene. All Might's monologue during his beatdown of the monster, alongside the beautiful art, is phenomenal. 19 chapters in, and we get such an epic moment like that. Izuku knowing that All Might is bluffing, and stepping in shows his bravery. Ida bringing in all the pros was another epic scene. Even 13 gets back up and puts in one last play. All Might thinking Izuku was a powerful way to end the chapter. All Might's secret is highlighted again when Cementos protects the students from seeing his true form. Towards the end, this arc was just back-to-back set pieces. The theme of this arc is Go Beyond, basically the same thing as the first chapter. We learn that Shigaraki and Kurogiri work for someone, and this loss makes them look for troops to recruit. The slight weakness of this arc is not showing all of the students kick butt. All Might's monologue about the students to the detective was cool. I'm learning that he's good at monologues. The UA Sports Festival is set up at the end of chapter 21. One chapter of rest and it's on to the next arc. I like that pace. That's the end of season 1 in the anime, and where I'll be stopping for now. Okay, so I have to talk about the supporting cast. You haven't seen much from them yet, but this Class 1A is disappointing me in comparison to its contemporaries. I'm going to compare Class 1A to Naruto's Exam Squad, the 12 Ninjas, and the Black Bulls in the early stages of their stories. I'm gonna go fast. In terms of character designs, it's Bulls first, Ninjas second, and 1A third. Hero got too many weak links. Aoyama, Ojiro, Koda, Sato, Shoji, Zero, Toru, and Minato all look silly or lame. For personalities, Bulls by a long shot, then Ninjas, then 1A. For character development, which are character arcs and background, Bulls by a mile, Ninjas, then 1A. In Hero, I stopped around the 1A versus 1B arc. At that point, the characters who didn't get anything solid were Aoyama, Ojiro, Koda, Sato, Shoji, Zero, and Toru, if I remember correctly. That's a lot of dead weight. For powers, it's Black Bulls, Ninja, then 1A. Hero has a lot of dead weight. The characters that often suck are Aoyama, Ashido, Ojiro, Koda, Sato, Joji, Zero, Toru, and Minata. For characters that can fight well, it's Ninja's first, 1A second, and Bull's third. 1A trails behind a lot, and then if we talk about use, most of My Hero's characters are reserved as background characters or fodder. Half of the class shows up in most of the arcs and doesn't do anything meaningful. When Naruto has his squad in action, they show up and show out. They get powerful subplots, moments, arcs, and battles. Black Clover arguably does this even better. I believe every character on the Black Bulls had their moment to really shine in character arcs, backstory, and combat. Overall, I think Hero has too many students and does too little with them, especially considering the amount of screen time they get. The Exam Squad and Black Bulls leave me wanting more, Class 1A leaves me wanting less. Overall, this was a really good start to the story. I'll start with the themes. There are 6 times the theme was executed, with 3 unique ones. You can be heroic regardless of your limitations, 3 times. You should help others at your own expense, and work smart, twice. The characters were decent in terms of magnetism. Only 3 of them have been properly fleshed out so far: Izuku, All Might, and Bakugo. Izuku and Bakugo slowly get better with each arc. As for plot, I already gave my criticism of school arcs. So far, only the first chapter's mini arc and USJ weren't school arcs. School arcs decrease the stakes and halt the plot. But when it comes to the moments and set pieces, Hero Academia is a professional. There were countless powerful moments that either got me hype or made me feel emotional. It often uses the tricks that I laid out in my video, how to make a hype scene. This is going to make a lot of people salty, but it's comparison time. How does Hero's first 21 chapters compare to other great battle manga? The start of Hero Academia is better than the start of One Piece. One Piece chapter 21 had just wrapped up the buggy fight, but even if I include the first 100 chapters of One Piece, which goes all the way to Loguetown, that's not touching Hero's first 21. I gotta be honest, early OP was too slow, with minimal payoffs in comparison. Naruto chapter 21 had just completed the tree climbing exercise. This is actually tough. When I look at my criteria, characters, plot, themes, and set pieces are the biggest factors. When it comes to characters, Naruto easily has the edge. Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi are all extremely magnetic characters. At this point, Hero does have the small advantage of having more fleshed out characters, but then Tazuna and Inari are also fleshed out by 21 chapters, so that goes away. When it comes to plot, it's difficult. Hero has gone through more events due to the shorter arcs, but it also loses points for most of those arcs being school arcs with low stakes and no plot progression. Naruto has had a few mini arcs, but is in the middle of a medium-sized arc that progresses the plot. Technically, the mini arcs in Volume 1 didn't progress the plot or have high stakes, with the exception of Chapter 1, but that's only chapters 2 to 8, which makes 7 out of 21. Meanwhile, Hero had 2 to 12 being school arcs, which makes 11 out of 21. The scale is leaning towards Hero, but the fact that Naruto's Land of Waves is more complex than USJ balances it out. The Haku and Zabuza plot twist had already been executed, which gives massive points. When it comes to themes, Hero had 6 executed, 3 original. Naruto had 5 executed, 5 original. There was Iruka in Chapter 1, Naruto and Konohamaru in Chapter 2, Sasuke and Sakura in 3, Kakashi and the squad in 8, and then Naruto and Sasuke vs Zabuza. The message there was that strategy can close the gap with raw power. So Naruto has the edge in themes. For set pieces, Hero easily wins. There are too many hype and moving moments. I know Naruto doesn't have that many yet. For memory, it has the Iruka moments in Chapter 1, a small Naruto one in Chapter 2, one with Kakashi when he teaches them the lesson, the moment against the Demon Brothers, Naruto and Sasuke vs Zabuza, Kakashi vs Zabuza, and the tree climbing exercise, maybe Keiji's death too. I'd have to do a proper reread. So I definitely say that the stories are about equal at Chapter 21, but Naruto does have better fights so far. What about Bleach? In Chapter 21, Ichigo begins to fight Grand Fisher. So far, the mini arcs were Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Orihime and Sora, Chad and Shrieker, Cone, and Grand Fisher. I'm not going to reread it just to compare, so I'll go off memory. I assume that Chapter 21 has 5 original themes executed, so that's better than Hero. The plot is also always progressing. There are no school arcs, so it has the edge there, but no arc is quite as epic as USJ, and the arcs are pretty simple overall. Hero actually has better fights and easily has better set pieces. With characters, I think Bleach has a slight edge. Not only are the characters a little more likable, but there's a ton of fleshing out, even for enemy hollows, so once again, I'd say they're about even. How about Fairy Tail? In Chapter 21, Lullaby is being fought. At that point, there were 4 unique themes executed. Hero wins there. With characters, FT blows the competition out of the water. The characters are too charismatic. They weren't fleshed out with backgrounds yet, but their sheer charisma is just too much. Fairy Tail wins in plot too. None of the 4 arcs are in safe environments. There are always real threats, and the current Eisenwald arc was the most complex so far, so it wins there too. But then Hero has better set pieces, so once again, it's a tie. I'll save my complete Black Clover comparison for my Black Clover retrospective so that I can have all the necessary information and stats. In conclusion, in these first 21 chapters, My Hero Academia is easily up there, competing with the greats of the battle genre. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me revolutionize the manga industry by buying my manga and spreading the word. All important links will be in the description.